Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the most jolly episode of the Funny Business Podcast of the year. It is Christmas time. I hope you're all doing well. Mike just gave himself whiplash, but you know what? It's Christmas spirit. We're getting into it. And really, to get into the Christmas spirit, you gotta be happy, but sometimes Christmas isn't always a fun time for everyone. Sometimes it brings up bad memories. So it's always important to ask them one very, very simple question. So ask them if they need a hug. It's really important these time of the year to make sure everyone's okay, so they can have a holly jolly Christmas. And what better way? What better? What's the word I'm looking for? Representative of Christmas than Buddy the Elf to check in on everyone and see if they need a hug.
It says Buddy in the box.
Yeah, it's Buddy in a box. So April just stopped by real quick. Shout out April. And this was my first Christmas gift. It is a Buddy in the box. It just opens and closes. Every time he opens, Buddy the Elf pops out and asks if you need a hug.
That's kind of cool. That's like a year-round thing you put on your office desk.
Absolutely, that's absolutely what I'm doing. Someone comes in my office really sad. Hey, you need a hug?
Oh gosh, Matt, it's Christmas Eve. Can you believe it?
No, honestly, I cannot. It feels like Thanksgiving was like 2 days ago.
You really? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I was so in shock when I'm like, shit. Like on Monday, I'm like, crap. I'm like, Christmas is this week. Like, and I can't believe it. It's weird because fortunately and unfortunately, Christmas is on a Saturday this year. And usually jobs and workplaces across the country usually end up having a little bit of a shorter week because Christmas would fall on a weekday. But unfortunately, we kind of have to work through most of the week. But it's just more reason to party because not only Christmas is on a weekend, New Year's Eve and Day Eve is on a Friday and New Year's Day is on a Saturday. So you can sleep in as much as possible you want.
We get January 2nd off, which is good. Because that always does suck when you have to go into work January 2nd. The best, though, is when Christmas would be on like a Wednesday, I believe, or a Thursday. Because then for New Year's, the best is when the 3rd falls on a Saturday, the 4th on a Friday. Because then most of the times you're not going back to the 5th because no one's going to make you come in one day on a Friday. Like, that is the ultimate time.
Unless you're one of those jackasses that decide to have everybody come in on, I believe, what is called an orphan day. But I digress. So, Matt, I know we're all festive today. Let me ask, what kind of Christmas sweater are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Yankees Christmas sweater.
Look at that.
A classic.
Beautiful.
I'm wearing it because I didn't feel like digging out another one. Am I lazy? Yes, I am.
How many Christmas sweaters do you actually have?
I think I only have like 2 or 3. I mean, as a family, we have a bunch. But like my personal ones, I have this one. I have the Will Ferrell one that I wore. And I might have another one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I do also include the Buddy the Elf costume, which I actually, of tomorrow, as of this recording date, tomorrow, Tuesday of this week, we have my office's Secret Santa exchange where there is a festive dress up contest. So the winner gets like cash. And I'm wearing my Buddy the Elf suit.
What did you get your Secret Santa?
So my Secret Santa,
I'm really surprised you're sharing this with me because this is
well, but he's gonna know actually, by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he was just the new father. So I got him a little glass that says Daddy Sippy Cup. And then he went to Penn State, so I got him a little Penn State bottle opener. And
nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's honestly, office Christmas parties are fun. I know some people don't like them. I think ours are fun. We have a great time. Our Secret Santa gets crazy.
We had a phenomenal one this year. We actually went out to eat at a really nice restaurant, and we were so loud. We actually got a private room there. We were so loud, we actually had to shut the door.
No way.
Because everybody...
That's the best.
Phenomenal. It was a good one. I guess I haven't debuted this one yet. I am wearing a ugly sweater that says "I'm sexy and I snow it." And the other thing that you could do, so here it is. But look, I press a button.
Does it light up?
It lights up.
I can see the sparkles. Yeah. Yep, I see him.
So
that's a great sweater. Honestly, sweaters that sparkle 10 times better.
Yes, but I also like the ones that don't light up by movement, because I have one other sweater that's lit up by movement, and no matter, like, Uber rides were awful back in the day when it was appropriate to go out. I remember just covering myself the entire time because I didn't want to distract my Uber driver.
Yeah, it's tough. But I love Christmas sweaters. I think they're fun.
That's good. So Matt, what are you hoping for Santa to get you for Christmas?
I need a heater for my office. It is freezing in my office. I sit by a big window right on the concourse. I believe I've said that before. I repeat everything on this podcast. But yeah, I'm hoping for that, and a Keurig for my office, so I stop going to Dunkin' every day at lunch.
It's very fair to start hunkering down on some things that you can do to save money, and a Keurig is a really good one. I
also got a really nice new mug recently.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, awesome. I forgot to show you. I don't have it here now.
Damn it.
Yeah,
well,
damn. Well, maybe next week. Maybe next week. Yeah, so other than that, not really much. Honestly, it's all work stuff. Like, I need a business card holder. I need a professional, like, notepad cover thing that I can take on meetings.
Well,
I'm lame. I'm saying this. I'm saying my list out loud. I'm a loser.
When I see you, I will get you a engraved business card holder of your alma mater, and I'll bring it to you. How about that?
I will.
It's blue.
Virtual handshake. Virtual handshake. There it is. Yep. That was so awful.
Matt, I do have a close connection. I do on my LinkedIn. I have some networking going on with a few elves, and I actually know some of the things you're getting for Christmas.
What?
I do.
On LinkedIn?
No, Matt, it's the bit. I'm joking. It's a bit.
I thought you actually knew what I was getting for Christmas.
No, I actually do know what you're getting for Christmas.
How?
You'll find out. Anyway, Matt, we're just gonna hop into the holiday
sphere. No, hold up. Wait a minute.
Santa something ain't right. Santa never reveals his secrets.
Snitches get stitches. That's know what? I respect it.
Or is that a magician? A magician never
reveals
his secrets.
Really, Santa's just a magician now.
Santa's a freaking magician.
Yeah,
everybody.
David Blaine and Santa—they're on the same level.
I would consider. I was gonna say I would consider Santa more of like Penn and Teller. I think Teller is the tall one. I think I would consider him more. You don't know? Okay, never mind. I won't go into that bit. But yeah, Matt, I do know what you're getting for Christmas. So
okay,
well, Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You will. I believe when you open up your gifts, you'll be like, shit, he actually did know what I was getting for Christmas.
I'm confused, but I'm intrigued.
That's okay, man. You're going to be more intrigued because for today, on this special episode of the Funny Business Podcast, we're just going to roll right in. I had to review what we did last year because I didn't want to, double up on talking about the same things as last year. But I thought it'd be fun to play a holiday trivia game. Yes, Matt, I'm just going to be quizzing you this first half of the show before we go to commercial break. Just going to be firing away at some holiday-themed trivia. Matt, I went through the questions. I'm going to be surprised, and I'm going to be intrigued to see if you know some of these. Some of these are
these like movies?
So some of these are movies. Some of these are holiday traditions. I kind of eliminated some that I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of stupid, or that's very, you'll see some obvious ones, but like some were like too obvious. So if you're driving to your family or you're driving to friends or whatever, your significant others, perfect way for you to play along. So make sure you're keeping score at home. Matt, the first question, and there's no multiple choice, so have fun. Matt, which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch?
I'm going to go with eggnog.
That is correct. It is.
I love eggnog. Do you like eggnog?
I don't. I'm going to be guilty. I don't believe I've ever tried eggnog before.
Okay, that's okay. So, I've never tried it up until like a few years ago. I absolutely love it. I mean, we when it's eggnog season, the Summers household will have eggnog from the beginning to well past the end. That's not an issue for us.
I'm really surprised you were bringing hot apple cider to the show recording.
Why?
Because I thought you would bring eggnog.
Well, I wanted something to warm me up.
Hmm.
Eggnog, not really going to do that, but it's great.
Okay. All right. Matt, next question.
Mm-hmm.
What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny red nose?
They did not let them join any reindeer games.
That is correct. Join in any reindeer games.
2 for 2, baby.
Matt, where was baby Jesus born?
Bethlehem.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I just realized your accent showed a little.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did too. I was like, oh shit, does he know what that is?
Yeah, I did.
Oops.
Matt, what are 2 other most popular names for Santa Claus?
Saint Nick and the man in the big red suit.
More specific with the name.
Um.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
It's one of your friends you went to high school with. That we both.
Chris Kringle.
Chris Kringle. Yep, that is correct.
I was gonna say Daddy Claus, but that probably wasn't it.
A little ho 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 for you.
Oh.
Matt, Elvis isn't going to have a white Christmas. He's going to have a blank.
Blue Christmas.
Blue Christmas.
Oh, a blue Christmas without you.
Matt, what do people traditionally put on top of a Christmas tree?
It'd be a star
Okay, I will give you that one.
or an angel.
Okay, good. I just wanted
There
to
it
make
is.
sure.
Yes, it's either one of those two.
Matt, in the classic Christmas movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch was described with 3 words. What are they? Think of the song.
Stink, stank, stunk. Ba-dum.
Dumb. Matt, little church loving music for you. Finish the lyric. Silent night.
Holy night.
All right, that's correct. You're good.
There it is. There it is. I wasn't going to continue.
Matt, I'm going to be interested to see if you know this one.
Okay.
You watched the Polar Express for the first time this
I did watch the Polar Express for the first time. Yep.
Which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the Polar Express?
I'm going to say Tom Hanks.
Oh, you got it. That's correct.
Uh-huh. Yep. Took a wild guess just because I knew his voice from the main guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
once you recognize one very familiar voice, it tends to stick.
Right.
Matt, in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what was the first name of Scrooge?
Ebenezer.
That's correct.
Uh-huh. There it is.
Matt, speaking of eggnog, which country did eggnog come from?
Let me think about this one. All right, so eggnog is like a whiskey blend. Ireland.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
It is England.
Okay, yeah.
So you're close.
All right, that's fine.
You're
Yeah.
in that area.
That's a good guess.
Matt, which Christmas song contains the lyrics, "Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way"?
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the name of the song. Froze for a hot sec.
Matt, what are we supposed to do when we find ourselves under the mistletoe?
Supposed to kiss.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had that scenario happen to you?
No, never have. Have you?
Neither have I. Nope.
I feel like, do people do that?
I feel like it's a very cheesy way for get people. Actually, back in the day, I was called Mr. Mistletoe.
Kissing all the ladies, I see.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I was providing mistletoe to all. So literally my job would be to get in between 2 people, hold the mistletoe over, and then I'm basically a matchmaker. I'm like
so you like
Christmas.
to watch people kiss.
No, I'm just the Cupid of
No.
Christmas. I share
it.
the love.
Okay.
I share love to all.
That's good. You have to do that sometimes.
Yes. Matt, which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot?
Rudolph?
Final
No.
answer?
No. Dasher, Dancer, Donner, Blitzen, Comet, Cupid. Cupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like,
There it is.
wow.
There it is. But did I tell my Donder story last week?
Your
Donder.
What?
Did I tell the
Sure.
story when we
No,
saw
you
the
didn't.
reindeer? And okay, so 2 weeks ago, me and April went to Hershey Park. We saw the reindeer there. They had
You
reindeer.
saw reindeer, but I don't think you ever went in
Right.
specifics with that.
So Donner's name was Donder.
Yeah, that's why I was like, who?
Right. So apparently his name used to be Donder, and then like in the translation, it got switched to Donner.
Huh.
Yeah. Like it was the actual thing. We Googled it because I was standing there because they had the signs of all the reindeer, like what tag was who. And I'm like, April, who is Donder? She's like, I don't know. And we Googled it, and it's actually Donner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know.
It's wild.
Matt, which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree?
I am going to say Germany.
That's correct.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Matt,
Holy
very
shit, I
familiar?
just hit a clip.
Holy shit, I just did a clip. Matt,
Yep.
in the movie Elf,
Mm-hmm.
what is the first rule of the Code of Elves?
Treat every day like Christmas. Number
Really?
2, there's room for everyone on the nice list. Number 3, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
That's bonus points, I guess.
There it is.
Matt, according to the song, what did my true love give to me on the 8th day of Christmas?
Oh, freaking hate this.
12 pack of Bud,
On the
11
8th
wrestling
day of
tickets, 10 at
Christmas.
Copenhagen, 9 years probation.
8 Lords of Leaping? No, it's 7 Lords of Leaping. 8 Ladies Dancing.
I'm
8
gonna,
Ladies Dancing.
I'm gonna have to give you an incorrect. It is 8 Maids of Milking.
Oh, I was going to say that. It was 9. 9 Ladies Dancing?
9 ladies. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Frick.
Matt, speaking of how many numbers, with the whole song, how many gifts in total were given in the 12 Days of Christmas song? You're actually doing
23,
math.
43, 54, no, 52. Oh, wow. I'm going to stop doing math. I'm going to say 100.
I'll give you 3 guesses. It's higher.
110.
Much higher.
200.
The correct answer is 364.
How?
Because on the first day of Christmas, my tree.
Yeah, but don't you just
me.
add up 12, 11,
Partridge.
10, 9?
Because
Wait,
it goes
does he
one,
gi- does he
one,
give those?
2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you give them every day.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought it was just the second day they got that, the third day they got that, the fourth day they got that.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah,
No.
I'm protesting this. No,
Okay,
I'm
that's
not.
okay.
I'm not. Yep, I'm not going to accept that
that's okay.
wrong answer.
Whatever. Oh, wow. Okay, there, Grinch.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at that question answer.
Yeah. Matt, how do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad.
Okay, that's correct.
It's a great song.
Oh, banger.
It's a banger. It really is.
Do you know who's the artist? Bonus point.
Oh, I feel like I do. Nope.
It's Jose Feliciano.
I knew it was Feliciano. I couldn't think of the first one.
I myself had to double check, but
Yeah.
I knew it was something Jose.
Damn.
Matt, the question is, visions of which food danced in children's heads as they slept in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"?
That would be sugar plums.
That is correct.
What is a sugar plum? I don't even know.
It's like that. What's the best way to describe it?
Is it just like a plum and sugar?
Yeah, like it's like a soft candy. I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so
I've always
it's
wondered
like,
this.
It's like a soft candy. And that's all I'm gonna say because I ain't no sugar.
You know what? I'm gonna believe you.
Matt, who wrote "Christmas doesn't come from a store"? Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little more, a little bit more.
Who wrote it or who said it?
So you're thinking of who said it? Who wrote it?
I don't even know who said it.
Oh,
Charles Dickens.
no, it does. Like, don't think too hard.
Charles Dickens.
That's incorrect. It's Dr. Seuss.
Oh, damn it.
The rhyming should have gave it away.
Yeah. Frick.
Matt, you talked about the reindeer for a little bit.
Yep.
3 of Santa's reindeers begin with the letter D. What are those names?
Dasher, Dancer, and Donner.
That's correct.
Bingo.
Matt, what was Frosty the Snowman's nose made out of?
A carrot? No. What the heck was his nose? Wait, why is this?
Time's up. You said it. You said a carrot. Time's up.
What did I say?
Correct.
What is it?
It's a button.
And a button nose. Yeah.
Yep.
Should have just sang the song. Damn it.
I just found this one out. What popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving?
I'll be home for. No, that says I'll be home for Christmas. The song. I stopped myself, so you can't take that as a real answer. I don't even know. I don't have a guess. I have no idea.
Jingle Bells.
Really?
Think about it. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse sleigh. Slope and slope and sleigh.
I thought it was open sleigh.
That's what I thought too. But it says nothing about Christmas.
That's interesting though, because when I think Thanksgiving, I think Jingle Bells.
Right.
I think it's Jingle Bells at Christmas. That's weird. Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Dude, that is crazy. Matt, final question. I'm sure you'll know this one. Maybe. What was the first company that used Santa Claus in advertising?
Oh God, Macy's.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, that makes sense with the polar bear. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hopefully somebody kept score at home. I think you got 2 wrong out of them all.
May have gotten 3.
3?
Maybe 4.
3?
I think I did pretty good.
93? You got a 23 out of 26.
Okay,
Correct.
I'll take it.
I don't know what percentage that is.
That's I passed.
100% better than those who took the test with the Funny Business Podcast.
Right. That's absolutely. Yep.
Hopefully you at home did well. Make sure you all are driving safe for the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I know Christmas itself and the holiday season is a lot of traveling. Jen and I will partake in a lot of traveling this year, so please don't be a jerk on the road. Yep. I don't know, Matt, do you have anything to wrap up for the holidays?
Don't drink too much eggnog and drive.
Don't drink, period, and drive.
Yeah, don't drink at all and drive. If you do, you won't be able to listen to our podcast anymore, so you don't want that.
Nope.
Yeah, just be safe, be smart. Like I said earlier, it's not always the happiest time of the year for some people. So enjoy it. And also enjoy it safely with COVID still being a thing. But I think it's important to cherish the memories that we have. I think one thing that COVID has taught us is to cherish life, because you don't always know what's going to happen. But yeah, just have fun. Be safe, be smart, but have fun. Enjoy the time with your friends and family. It only comes around once a year. And is it a shame that we only get together because of holidays? Maybe, but it's a good time to get the family and friends back together. So.
And something to keep in mind too: it is much more than just the presents.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even care what I get for Christmas. I honestly enjoy giving presents way more than getting presents. Love giving presents. I'm so excited to give out my presents this year.
I gave my group of students a $10 Amazon gift card, and like, you think to yourself like, okay, that's not a whole lot because there's a lot of crap on Amazon, but like the fact that that's $10 less that they have to spend on a purchase or an item. Because we all know coupons, we all know, some unannounced brands that help you find coupons to apply to your checkout. Still a little salty about it.
Yep, we're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about it unless they give us money.
Correct.
A little discount. But yeah, you do enjoy it, and I think that's the fun part is you really do enjoy the giving rather than the receiving.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back,
It's Matt's turn. Let's say you start a podcast or you're running your own side hustle and have a bunch of links that you want your audience to know about. As a podcast, Matt and I have all of our social media, all of our podcast links, and other important things. Make it easier for your followers to find your important links, social media, and latest content by having it all in one page with solo.to. I'll be honest, I have used similar websites like this, but nothing compares to solo.to. All of your links are clean and easy to navigate. Have an upcoming video? It's really easy to make those changes. Plus, solo.to has opportunities to upgrade to include more customization, advanced analytics, and so much more. Solo.to is giving us a special opportunity for you to get 10% off if you create an account and upgrade. Be sure to go to solo.to/funnybusiness to create your account today. Solo.to, it's the way to go. Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh, man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Okay, let's slide in sports topics we have for you all today. We're going to stick with some Christmas vibes and talk about some NBA Christmas. Are we going to have NBA Christmas this year? To be determined. A lot of COVID going around in the NBA. So we'll see what happens. So let's just go through the schedule and see what catches our eye. 12 o'clock, probably the worst game of the day. We have the Hawks and the Knicks. Significantly more worse because I believe Trae Young is in COVID protocols. So I don't know if he will play. If he doesn't, do you even turn this game on?
I mean, again, I think we're still very up in the air if we're actually going to have an NBA Christmas schedule. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those games that you just flick on if you're just bored and everybody's sitting around the living room, not watching. They're just on their phones or just hanging out. So,
yeah, I mean, I think before the season it was a better matchup, and now the Knicks kind of stink. The Hawks aren't playing as well. So yeah, like I'll take it. Like maybe it's one of those games where you check the score at halftime, and if it's close, you're like, maybe I'll turn it on. You know, we'll see. Or maybe like if you're tired of watching the Christmas story all morning long, if your family is like mine and we have the Christmas story on for 24 hours straight, maybe you change the channel a little bit. 2:30, we have the Celtics and the Bucks. Celtics right now sit at 500. Bucks only 19-13, Mike, but they are playing a little better. Giannis is having a really good season. This game's either going to be really close or the Bucks just blow them out. Like there's really no in between here. I don't know if thoughts if you have any.
I mean it's nice. It's going to be nice to see I don't want to say a promoted game, but it's nice to see a mainstream game of the previous NBA of the the current NBA champions going up against in Christmas Day. So you're really I've never heard a Christmas game have a huge blowout. I'm sure there has been.
There probably has been, but I can't think of one off the top of my head.
But nothing.
But yeah,
crazy.
You're right. I think most of them are generally pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
The game of the day, 5 o'clock. The two best teams in the NBA, Warriors at the Suns. I think this is one that the league kind of just was like, hey, let's see if this works. And now it's like, hey, it's actually kind of cool. No Klay Thompson, still. Kind of sucks. Was hoping he was going to be back. And Devin Booker just came back for the Suns. He was injured with a hamstring. I think this is really cool. One that they actually trusted the Suns with the home game. I'm surprised they're still on the schedule. And what's even better, it's 2 West Coast teams, and it's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the best part. The best part is the best day of the game is at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So literally everyone doesn't, you don't have to stay up late to watch it. And I think that's kind of cool that I think we need to do more of with West Coast games. Like Saturdays, like put a West Coast game on at like 7.
Yeah, I think you also will unfortunately run into the issue that those who are able to attend the games, which, I mean, I'm sure we are very well aware that the reason why they're so late is because they're scheduled for game times that, they have people there because it's out of work, it's out of schedule. Like, but hey, Christmas on Saturday. So yeah, good for you. Good for you that you can watch the NBA on a Saturday because you probably don't have anything going on that Saturday besides the holiday.
Yeah, pretty much. 8 o'clock, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's talk the Lakers first, all right, Mike? They sit at 16-15. They are 7th in the Western Conference, so right now they would be in the play-in tournament. No Anthony Davis for a few weeks with a sprained knee. And I don't know if you saw, but apparently Russell Westbrook is on the trade block. So it seems like the Lakers are in shambles.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I was gonna say this is just a throw game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's no competition at all with this game, but it's here.
And then the Nets, Kyrie was gonna come back. Did you see the Kyrie news?
Poor guy.
Did you see all of the Kyrie news this week?
Yeah,
So first it came out that he's going to come back and he's going to play road games because he's still not vaccinated, so he can't play in New York. Then he comes back 5 minutes. I don't even know. I think it was a day later. He gets put in health and safety protocols. It's not funny. It's just ironic.
It's very ironic.
Yeah.
Because what was it? This past weekend, there was a game. It was between, was it the Clippers and the Nets? No, Magic. It was Orlando Magic and the Brooklyn Nets. The Orlando Magic had a 9-person rotation, and the Brooklyn Nets had an 8-person rotation because of the COVID protocols that came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy what's going on right now. This game on paper should have been good right now. It'll still be good. You get Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. It'll still be fun. And then the last game of the day, Mavericks at the Jazz. Two good teams. I'm glad they're playing on Christmas. Would you stay up to watch this?
No.
No. Okay, good. Same. We're on the same page. I can't stand the Utah Jazz. Their fans are just insane. They're terrible. So I think let's rate this NBA schedule. I'd give it a B.
B minus.
B minus. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think on paper the matchups looked really good, and then COVID and other things happened, and you can't really help it. My other question is, would you ever go to an NBA game on Christmas Day?
See, that's tough because if it's with the whole family, I think it'd be a little bit more convincing to go. But then again, Christmas tradition. It's probably a Christmas tradition that some people do because you have some primetime people like Lakers. Like obviously, Lakers are going to get a prime spot every day, every year for the game. You're going to get the Warriors. Like it could become a Christmas tradition. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if I would. I think it depends. I think if it's like it depends how long my drive is.
Yep.
Depends what time the game is. I would never go to a noon Christmas game because you have to do presents really late at night or you have to get up super early. I don't think I would go unless it was like 8 o'clock on. And even then, I'd have to have like an hour and a half drive max.
I would be very surprised. I think the only way I would go would be if it was a Christmas gift given to me that day. Like we open presents and like, oh my God, it's tickets to the yada yada. Like it's today. We got to go. Like, that would probably be my only way of being like, okay, I can go. I'm going to go now because.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's probably the perfect reason. I think you hit it right on the head. Real quick before we move on to our end segment, we're going to talk a little soccer Yes, we are talking soccer on the podcast.
Ted Lasso, baby. No,
Yep, Ted Lasso. What a show.
Believe.
Mike, I don't know if you saw, but the UEFA Champions League had their draw for their big tournament. Folks, I don't know soccer. So it's Champions League round of 16 draw that they released, and lo and behold, they had to do a redo and release another bracket after there was a clerical error where Manchester United was mistakenly omitted as a potential opponent for Atletico Madrid. So during last Monday's draw, Manchester United was eventually paired with Paris Saint-Germain, having earlier been placed as opponents for Villarreal. And they could not have met, having been in the same group of someone else's side. So basically, what happened was they were put in a bad draw, and they weren't supposed to be there, so they had to redo the whole thing after they already promoted it for like an hour. It's a tough look. My question is, just how do you not double check all this before you release it?
I mean, we can ask Steve Harvey about Miss Universe.
A good point. It's basically the exact same thing.
The thing, really though, it's the same exact point. I'm glad it was a draw, like it was a drawing, like a draft. It wasn't, a game, last second score. Wasn't sure if the goal was in or not. Under review, yes, it was. I think it was just more set up. And really, let's be honest here. Like, it's UEFA, and the fact that the Champions League, you definitely have some really diehard fans. I think they don't care if it was a mistake or not. They're gonna root for the team. Manchester United has a really good fan base, and even the small ones like Villarreal. Like the fact that soccer is so popular in the European area. I really don't think that's a big ordeal. Now, if you told me that, again, this is a hot take. If you told me that they scored and then they turned it back and they didn't, I could say that it was more respectable for them than it is in any NFL game. In particular, I don't know if you remember a few years back, I think was it Packers, and it was an end zone catch, and there was one referee who was waving their hands. It was no good.
Yes.
And another one who had a touchdown.
Yeah, at the same time.
At least it wasn't like that. And I always set the bar for that. Like, if it wasn't like that, then I think it's okay. I think it'll let it go. But again, it was just more so drawing for the matches, and I don't know. I wouldn't be so objectified for that matter.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, just because European soccer fans are just crazy. And at the end of the day, they didn't even start the tournament yet. It would have been bad if they started the tournament and be like, hey, we messed up. That would have been a bad look. I think the only problem people really had with it was that Ronaldo and Messi were supposed to play in the first round, and people got really hyped for that, and then that got taken away from them. So I think that's why people also got mad. But again, to your point, I think it was more so American fans got mad.
Of course.
Soccer fans just want to play the soccer.
So, Americans, always something to complain about.
It's not wrong. Here's the other thing. Why, like, I feel like this should be like a big event. Like, the Champions League is like the biggest soccer league in the world. But like, and more Americans do start to watch the Champions League, I feel like. But like, I feel like this should be like a huge event on like ESPN or something like that.
Yeah, something plucked a nerve with me this past week. I think it was it Steph? No. Thank you for bringing that up, Matt.
You're welcome.
It was the last few seconds of the Oklahoma City Thunder versus which one was it?
Was that the crazy ending?
Crazy ending where it was a half court shot went in, and it was a full court shot that goes in.
Yeah, it was the Thunder and the Pelicans.
Thunder and the Pelicans. I kid you not. ESPN was not covering it. And when does that happen? When does that happen? That a situation
That was like the craziest.
that,
It was the craziest ending in an NBA game I've ever seen.
all freaking season long. Let's count the past 4 seasons. And yeah, ESPN's like, oh, well, LeBron is not feeling well today. Like, okay, journalistic values. It's unusual. It's timeliness. Like it happened, and like it took me forever to see ESPN actually talk about it. And then what also annoyed me even more was some people were clipping out the Thunder with their half-court shot to tie the game.
Mm-hmm.
They were just showing the Pelicans winning the game. That takes all the context out in between. So I'm not surprised that ESPN hasn't promoted it, and I think it's bullshit. That's why
because
we'll
ESPN just doesn't cover sports anymore. They just cover stories.
Yeah,
Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I just turned on ESPN unless I'm watching the game. Like, I don't even watch SportsCenter anymore, just because like it's pointless. They just don't talk about sports. They talk about things that happen in sports, or like they don't break down the sports. It's just stupid. And that will conclude the sports topics we have for you all today. We're going to move right along into buy or sell. I will let you go first again. You can start with both your buy and sell.
cool. So I will. Let's do a buy. I was going to start with a sell, but we'll do a buy. I'm going to buy learning. So a little bit of a vulnerable state on the Funny Business Podcast. I am anxiety driven when it comes to wrapping presents. Before this,
It's nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking. I spent, I believe, a small box. Let's just say the size of 3 iPhones. I think it took me 45 minutes to put it together because I was I mean, it did like up like tall. Four
okay.
iPhones tall. Yeah, four. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
But however, this past weekend, Jenna was very kind. Apparently, Jenna has been wrapping presents since she was 5 years old.
Wow.
So had little pointers and tips and tricks, and I finished off wrapping her present, her final present, because obviously I couldn't wrap it in front of her.
Right.
And this year I actually have all my presents wrapped, with the exception of those that can't be wrapped.
That's impressive. I will, after we are done recording this podcast, I will have all my presents wrapped as well.
Nice. So shout out to Jenna. No surprise. Big shout out to Jenna. Shout out Jenna. My sell, I'm selling expectations. Matt.
Oh.
It's it's the holiday season, and usually you expect a little snow.
Yeah.
Weather has been really annoying lately.
Really?
This past Thursday and Friday, sunny. I actually had my windows down when I was driving the one day.
It was like almost 60 degrees. It was awesome.
Global warming, bitches. That's
well. Yes.
What? Well, what?
No. Just global warming is a thing.
I hate snow. I've publicly said it on the podcast, but the fact that I had a 60-degree weather on December, not about that, Chief, because last year, 3 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet of snow.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot hut.
Do you remember that big snowstorm that we had, 2020?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was awful.
And it was 60 degrees out.
Yeah, I'll still take a 60-degree day in December. Remember like 5 years ago, it was 60 degrees on Christmas? Yeah, it was like 65 degrees here on Christmas Day.
Wow.
It was awesome. Oh, it was awesome. I was in shorts the whole day. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't mind a little dusting. I guess what I'm getting annoyed about is the expectation of the seasons. Like the fact that I bundle up in a sweater and it turns out to be 60, 65, 66. And it's like, well, I had every intention of being warm because it was cold out this morning, and now it's, it's like that point, like in the fall, like you're still hitting like summer weather, but then like you're still like transitioning into fall. Like we're now back at it again, entering the winter season with this type of weather.
And the worst part is, like in the morning, you'll have your heat on, and then you go to lunch or go home, and then it's too hot, so you turn the heat off, and then the next time you get in your car, it's cold and the heat's not on yet. Oh, it's the worst.
It's awful. It
really is.
Mother Nature just needs to get her shit together. So
yeah, it's a damn shame.
So that's my buy or sell.
All right. I have a few as usual. I'm gonna buy weird stats.
Okay.
In the sports world. So I have 2 weird stats. The first, we'll stick with basketball. Mike, you may have seen this on Twitter today. Speaking of LeBron James.
Oh.
This is crazy, actually.
Yeah.
So there has been 6,752 days from LeBron's birth until the day he was drafted in the NBA. There has been 6,752 days from his draft day until today, which means that LeBron James has been in the NBA for literally half of his life. That is wild.
So weird. It's crazy.
I can't even imagine that. I could not imagine it.
It's almost like you have to remember too that this is LeBron's job, is to be a professional basketball player, and it's just absolutely insane that he's worked most of his life in his professional career at his job, and he doesn't. Well, I'm sure he's gotten some honorary college degree, but came right out of high school, and we've always talked about it all the time. Like that was the last batch of high schoolers that have come out of high school, graduated from high school, and have entered the NBA. Yeah, because who's Udonis Haslem? Is he the only one that's
Dwight Howard came out of high
Howard,
school?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
Yeah, everybody else has been either D League or college.
Yeah. Did you see that Bronny Jr. played against his old LeBron's high school team?
Yes.
St. Mary St. Vincent. That was cool. That was very cool.
Didn't they play that at Los Angeles? They played.
They did. They played it somewhere.
Because Ohio isn't located in Los Angeles.
Only for Bronny.
Only for Bronny.
So I have another crazy stat. Mike, you like Spider-Man, right?
I do.
We're gonna go see Spider-Man, right?
Matt.
Well, guess what happens? No, I'm kidding.
Swear to God,
I'm kidding.
I swear to God, you show any spoilers, you're gonna meet Uncle Ben, man. You are going to meet Uncle Ben.
Speaking of Uncle Ben, Ben Roethlisberger and Spider-Man. Would you think of those two to have any relationship?
No.
Okay, well, did you know? This is this little dude that's effing crazy in the middle of by herself.
Whatever.
Did you know Ben Roethlisberger has never lost his first home game after a live-action movie starring Spider-Man has been released?
Wait, what?
Yep. So I'll say it one more time, and I'll give you the years it's happened. Ben Roethlisberger is undefeated. He has never lost his first home game after a live-action movie starring Spider-Man is released. It has happened in 2004, 2007, 2012, 2014, 2017, 2019, and he just won his first home game this past Sunday in 2021.
Holy shit.
Whoever found this stat needs a life. You need a life.
I was going to say needs a raise.
A raise and a life.
And a life.
He needs more money so we can go do things. I love this stat. How the hell do you even come up with this? How?
I'm always intrigued by those stat keepers. Like, this is the first time in like 30 years that there's been this, and this. Like, there's got to be some type of equations and Excel spreadsheet formulas that have formulated all this crap. But to have this parallel, like, I'm not talking about the multiverse or anything, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. I'm also buying new clothes. It's that time of the year where you get some new clothes. And hey, sometimes if you get a gift, you might not always like it, but it's important just to put on a nice face, say thank you. It's also that time after the holidays. Maybe you didn't get everything you wanted, or maybe there's some new stuff that comes out. Maybe after the holidays, it's not a bad time to get some new clothes as well. Right, Mike?
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
There it is. One more buy. I am buying Charlie Woods. He is going to be better than Tiger. I mean, so if you haven't seen Tiger and his son Charlie played a Pro-Am tournament together, I think Charlie Woods could win on the PGA Tour right now, and he's 12 years old, and I'm not kidding.
I do love that they're like father, like son, and they're having the same matching outfits.
Oh, and they have the same mannerisms. Like Charlie does the Tiger twirl. He hit like a 30-foot putt, and he did the old like put the putter up in the air that Tiger used to do. It just warms my heart. Like the love that they have for each other, and they just show it on the golf course was freaking awesome all weekend long.
I can't wait till we're like 40 or 50 and we get to see Charlie Woods totally dominate the green. Like
40? You mean like we're gonna be 30?
30.
Well, no, we're gonna be. So we did look this up because we were curious. You do have to be 18 to be on PGA Tour.
Okay.
So we're probably about. He's 12. So we're about like 8 or 9 years away from him maybe being on tour.
So
Dude,
40.
this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Close enough. My sell. I am selling restaurants with bad lighting. So
why?
So I went to dinner or lunch with April and some of her friends and her friends' parents over the weekend. And we were at this restaurant, nice restaurant, very nice, great food. And we went for lunch. So we were there. I got there a little later, so I got there at like 3:30. And all of a sudden, it hit like 4:15, dinner time, and they just dimmed the lights in the middle of lunch to the point like you could barely see anything. Which is, yeah, that's cool. It set the mood. But you couldn't see anything. Like everybody was using their flashlights to like look at the menus and stuff. I hate restaurants that don't have good lighting. Like I understand you're trying to make it like calm and peaceful, but like I want to see what I'm eating. I want to see the menu.
Yeah, well, and the worst part is we're gonna get older, Matt, and even the least of dimming is gonna cause us to pull out those glasses and turn on that flashlight of your cell phone.
I really am not looking forward to that day.
Have you ever been to the Melting Pot?
I have not. No, not yet.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Melting Pot is, I believe it's a chain, isn't it?
I think it is. Yes.
Yeah. So Melting Pot is, you get basically I'm going to say a stovetop, but it's more of like a, help me out, Matt.
Fondue.
God. No, well, yeah, it's like fondue. But you get literally like, I want to call it a stovetop, like literally in the middle of your table.
Sure.
And you cook your meats, your vegetables, your desserts. I mean, you put in the chocolate, like it's all phenomenal. Jenna took me for my birthday that one year, and she accidentally booked. It was very low light, but we're like, why? We're like, what's the significance? Like, we asked the waitress, we're like, oh, what's the significance of this, this straight shot of tables? She goes, oh, this is Lover's Lane. I'm like, Lover's Lane?
Whoa.
So literally it was booths, but it was very like secluded booths. Like, like some of the booths you see in the restaurants, like you're able to like peek over your head, like, and see the person behind you. Like this was like, you felt like you were in a freaking cylinder. By how it was, and you're able to adjust the light, like you're able to pull it all the way up, you're able to pull it all the way down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a really good treat. So
I've always wanted to go. Maybe one day.
I will put chocolate fondue in your mouth, just like do that.
Child. Anyway, so moving on to my final sell. I'm selling calories because guess what, people? Calories don't count during the holiday season. So you eat those cookies. You eat everything. Eat that cake. You eat that apple pie. You eat the ham on Christmas, the mashed potatoes, everything. Kiffles, Kiss cookies, gingerbread cookies, chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies, sugar cookies, Fig Newtons. You eat it all. Calories do not count. Diet starts January 3rd.
January 1.
January 3rd. The
Yes.
weekend. Yeah, you're not going to start a diet on the weekend. No, who does that?
5, 4,
Right.
3, 2, 1. Happy diet.
Yeah, no one wants to say that.
No.
But yeah, drink as much as you want this week, responsibly, obviously. And yeah, diet starts January 3rd. We're all in this together.
That's another episode of the Funny Business Podcast, and that's all I'm gonna sing. Make sure you hit a subscribe. Make sure you hit a follow. We are doing a New Year's Eve podcast release.
Yes, sir.
Next Friday, January, December 31st. Already counting down the holidays. Friday, December. I said it again. December 31st. Be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a whole lot of new stuff coming to you.
Yep.
We're so excited. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on social media to stay up to date on that mess. You can find all of our social media at solo.to/funnybusiness. Matthew, what's your advice for the good people?
I think we just gotta stick with the theme. Just enjoy the holidays. I know we said it a lot today, but it's one of my favorite times of the year. So like we said, just enjoy it, friends and family. Be safe, have fun, be smart, and let's get rejuvenated for 2022.
Yes. New year, new you.
Yup. There it is.
That's how we're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Stay safe, make good choices. Until the next time, see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.